man. Now y'all know Negroes ain't got no standards. They ain't picky at all. They gonna sleep with what they can sleep with. Picking up lot lizards, drunkards, damn near crackheads, weed heads, hookah heads, twerk heads. I mean, I'm just being real, man. I don't know why we come up here every week and lie. Like just constantly say what sound good, talk about our individual self as if it's what the average guy is like. I mean, let's just keep it real. I don't think any of y'all think that y'all are average. Now, y'all might be average as hell, but I don't think any of y'all, we got the female Delulu brain at times. We think we think of our experiences and then we extrapolate that over dudes. Most dudes are losers. Do y'all actually think that losers are raising their standards as they're getting older? No, they're getting more desperate. As you get desperate, your standards lower. Successful men may raise their standards. The average man is not successful. The average man is making the average black man makes under $50,000 a year. Y'all think that the average man just income just grows because he's getting older? No. He's still in the same tax bracket most of his life. And if he hasn't figured out how to get women when he's young, vibrant, with energy, you think he's gonna make it harder on himself as he starts to get older and arthritis starts setting in? Y'all got to keep it real, man. Like our conversations on here be they be somewhat real, but then we get into that little Cinderella and Snow White, like I told y'all. We get into the whole, talk about from ourselves. Like, no, bro, listen, when I was dating, even when my value went up, like Hink said, I would date from a 2 to 10. I'll date a woman as low as a 2. Well, not really date her, kick it with her, you know what I'm saying? 2. Y'all telling me up here that y'all not dealing with girls or y'all haven't dealt with girls that was 3s and 4s. I know y'all lying. And if y'all not lying, y'all act like women.
We all did.
How all the alleged ugly, heavyset or fat women are getting pregnant and getting men? Like, how they getting pregnant? How they having sex if ain't nobody hitting it? Y'all think only the young boys is hitting these women? Y'all think the women in their late 30s and early 40s are just being hit off by young, immature, horny boys that ain't got no standards?
Yeah, we get it.
720 say he a pimp. I know he hitting off ugly chicks. I know he hitting off ugly chicks.
Will send me your number in the back chat. I'm seeing.
So look, right.
So look,
right.
Go ahead.
Oh, you got it, Trev. No, Trev, you got it. You was waiting already.
Okay. All right. I ain't gonna be long, bro. Pause. So JR took the time out to preface the question and said that this is personal to you. He just said that like a few moments ago. So that's why most people were answering a question like that. I know Will don't like it. So I'm gonna answer in both fashions, right? To satisfy everyone. So, but overall, I'm gonna say that men standards may not change in the way that we're talking about, but they're more fine-tuned. I would say more fine-tuned. And what Will had correct is based on how you set your life up. So if you drop the ball on life, then yes, your standards are absolutely going to decrease because shit, you ain't got access to nothing, right? But let's just say myself, I feel like I've played the game of life relatively well. So my standards, like let's just say homegirl fell off a cliff or something, I had to start over, then my standards would absolutely be increased, right? Because there's certain things that you may look for when you're younger that you wouldn't tolerate as you're older, right? There's certain things where you brought yourself to a certain place in life, then you're going to demand certain things. And being that you'll have more access to women, then of course you'll have a larger pool and you'll have more to select from. So you're going to exercise your options. That's just what any sound person would do. But Will is correct in the fashion of most men not having that ability to be able to raise their standards, right? If you are out of shape and now you're looking old, then you're probably going to have to start dealing with some busters out here, man. You're going to be dealing with some of the 3s and 4s because that's what you have access to. If your money ain't right and you ain't got nothing and you ain't got a serious mouthpiece, then you're going to have to do what it do. And that charisma only go but so far. If you don't look the part, if you don't smell the part, it's not really going to go nowhere. You got to have all that stuff to line up with you. So it definitely, results may vary. We'll say that.
Go ahead, Law.
Yeah, so I agree with that. But you know what I'm saying, here's my thing. I feel like a man's standards only changes based on what he's looking for. And a lot of times the older a man gets, if he's not looking for nothing serious, he ain't gonna give a damn. You know what I mean? Your standards are based on what are you actually looking for. You know what I'm saying? If you need somebody just to catch it, shit, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta, they ain't gotta be everything you need. And a lot of older dudes aren't gonna be bothered with it because a lot of the women out here are obviously minds are not in the right place where they need to put in that much time and effort and try and train them or make them fit their will. So they use them for what they need and keep it moving. Which the older you get, I see if you don't have a family, I feel like that's the way it's gonna go anyway. If you don't have a wife and you starting to get older, yeah, you're probably gonna be, playing around a lot longer than some others. You know what I'm saying? You're probably not gonna take them too serious because why bother having standards if you don't have a desire to even, to start something. If you don't want to get married, what do you care? You know what I'm saying? That's why all these women out here loose because they don't have no standards for themselves. They're not looking to get married. They'll tell you they'd rather be a baby mama than be a wife. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You would hope as you get older, you would raise your standards. Your standard would be because with the experience you have, your standards should increase. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, I think a lot of dudes they decrease. I mean, I think most dudes now is to that point where they's like, fuck it, they ain't got no goddamn standards. Look, I mean, I'm hearing dudes they don't care if a woman know how to cook or not. That sounds crazy to me. There's no way I could accept that shit. But there's dudes that feel like that. Now I don't know if it's because modern technology, because you can go out and just DoorDash or order your food and deliver your door. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't give a damn if they do deliver. My woman needs to know how to cook so I can have a goddamn hot meal. This is crazy. But those are some of the standards that I have, an expectation I have for my wife that most dudes don't have. They don't care. They don't care about if she's educated or not. Look, I don't want a dumbass woman. I want my woman to be smart, have an education, believe in education. Because guess what? I want our kids to be influenced by her education. Because she's going to be the first teacher of our kids. So I need to have her smart enough to know how to communicate, know how to educate, know how to teach, know how to interact, know how to be peaceful. And if she don't know how to do that, that's some bullshit. Dudes are willing to, man, look, she don't talk crazy to me. I don't care how she acts to y'all. No, that sounds crazy. Because she represents you. If she's carrying your last name, she represents you. Why the hell would you want your woman to be acting foolish just because she don't bring it home? But please believe you me, that heifer gonna bring that shit to you eventually. It's only a matter of time. So why would you just accept that, be okay with that? I'll leave it there.
So for me, my standards increased as I got older. So when we were talking about like going through the dating process as a young man, right? You kind of learn that what you like and don't like, and that allows you to filter and create the standards that you're willing to so you're looking for the ideal candidate or match. Like for me, femininity is a huge thing, and a woman that understands to Hank earlier point about how she's supposed to respect her man and the way in which she shows love. So maybe when I was 20, 21, I might not have understood fully the importance of like complete submission. But as I got older, it's a non-starter. If you don't understand that concept and willing to understand, like, hey, this is how I want to live my life. These the boundaries that I'm setting. These the XYZ. if you're not fitting into that, it's nothing that we can do. It's nothing, you know what I'm saying, on some long-term shit. It's absolutely nothing I can do that with you. And that pickiness comes through experience, which came through age. And for the men that have not had the experience to be able to date these different type of women, to see like not all women are crazy, like not all women are naggers, not all women are this way, not all women are that way. The things that you despise the most, you can find women that don't operate like that. It's just got to be a boundary that you set that you won't tolerate, so you're never dealing with it. You can kind of tell some of the issues that men are allowing by what they're complaining about, right? So if you complaining about your woman constantly nagging you or spending all the money and doing XYZ, that's something you did not set a clear boundary around and enforce correctly, if that makes sense.
Go ahead, Will.